When we talk about the reproductive system, so it is going to be the advanced reproductive system present into the sapia. That means their sexes are separate, so that we can see the proper sexual dimorphism. Now see here, earlier only we have seen that they have the internal type of the reproduction. That means we have already discussed that the when we were talking about the anatomy, so we have seen that they have the male, they will be having the hectocotylized arm, and this hectocotylized arm is modified by removal of few of the suckers so that it can innovate whatever sperm it has been produced inside the female cavity. So this way they will be showing the internal type of the internal type of the fertilization, but they are oviparous in nature. That means they lay the eggs. Actually, after the respiratory system, you have nervous system into the syllabus, but nervous system and all we will be discussing into the next class. Today we will be talking about the reproductive system. So when we talk about the sperm, so sperms are produced in a proper bunch, means they are properly packed into the spermatophore, which are containing sperms, and these are transferred to the female during the copulation. So at the time of the copulation, what male does, it inserts its heterocotylized arm inside the female mantle, where she makes her egg, and thereafter it is going to detach the spermatophore there. When we talk about the male reproductive system of the sapia, it consists of the testis, it has the vas differens say, and a seminal vesicle, spermatophoral sac, and it will have a penis, and as well as one of the genital aperture. When we talk about the male reproductive system, so you will observe that the this is the large testes, they will be having large and oval type of testes, which will be present into the extremely aboral end. Extreme aboral end, this is the aboral end of the animal, so it is present to the extremely aboral end of the body, and it is a very compact mass of the minute tubules. It enclosed into a proper capsule like structure, and mental cavity, you will observe it is the part of the coelom, and it is the cavity which occupied by the testis into the gonocele. So entire part will be present into the gonocele. Now, after the testis, we all have seen that they have the vas difference. So vas difference, you will observe that it is continued with the testis. This is the vas difference, the tube which is coming out of the testis. This is the tube, and this is the complete vas difference. So you can say that it is a large tube-like structure, as you can see into the diagram. Then thereafter you will be observing that it is having the seminal vesicle here. Now they will, what the role of the seminal vesicle here, they will not produce the semen, but this seminal vesicle, it will be helping, or you can say it is having a role in the formation of the spermatophore, or you can say bit lubrication is required to keep the sperm into the life form, or you can say the vital. Then thereafter they will be having a prominent prostate gland. It is appended to the distal end of the seminal vesicle. Here it is. This is the prostate gland of the animal. Then thereafter they have the spermatophoral sac or nidum sac. This it serves for the storage of the spermatophore. Then thereafter they will be having this is the nidum sac. Here the sperms will be stored. Then narrow penis will be there, from where the spermatophores they will be coming out. Now see, the entire genital aperture will be present to the downside, but this penis, this will be present near the oral end of the body. Okay, so if you will observe the genital aperture, it is present into the midline or it is present near the oral end of the body. When we talk about how the spermatogenesis is happening, so this testis producing the spermatozoa, then this spermatozoa will be passing through the vas deferens, and from the vas deferens in, will be passing to the seminal vesicle. Here inside the seminal vesicle, as I told you that here the seminal vesicle will be providing or enriching the sperms, which will be helping them to roll up by the action of the grooves and ridges into the long narrow bundle, and thereafter it will be converted into the spermatophore. So if you will observe the spermatophore, it is approximate 2 centimeter long cylindrical shape, and you will observe that it will be having a proper capsular structure. This spermatophore will have the complete chitinoid capsule, and one side of the spermatophore there will be having a complicated spring-like apparatus, and this spring-like apparatus will be helping to rupture the wall for releasing of the spermatozoa, and this spermatophores that will be stored into the spermatophoral sac, and from the spermatophoral sac this will be passing into the mantle cavity through the penis and the genital aperture at the time of the copulation. So whenever there is a copulation, so what the male will be doing, male will be taking this particular spermatophore into its heterocotyledonous arm, and from that it is going to insert it into the female cavity at the time of the reproduction. Now when we talk about the female reproductive system, so it has the large ovoid shape of the ovary. Really it is a very prominent structure. If we will cut open the animal, so it is situated into the aboral region of the trunk. It is enclosed into the similar capsule, or you can say the coelomic sac, as we have learned in the case of the male. It has the axial swelling that bears the numerous of the follicle. Here you will find the swelling, and this bears various numerous follicle, each with single ovum supported on one stalk. So each and every ovum will be having one stalk. In the breeding season, the ovary becomes very much packed with the ova with assumed polygonal form due to the mutual pressure, and a wide thin-walled oviducts you will observe are which are arising. These are the oviducts. Here this actually it is present into the middle only. Let me color the oviduct. This it is present in this way. So thin-walled oviduct is arising from the capsule, and it runs orally to open into the mantle cavity. Same way as the penis is having opening into the mantle cavity, this oviduct will also have the opening into the mantle cavity only. Now, how it is opening, it will have a genital aperture to the left of the middle line, a pair of flat oval bodies that are the nidamental gland. Here you can see, ये mouse ऐसे क्यों चल रहा है? These are the nidamental glands. Now, nidamental gland exam point of view, very important point to be remember that it secretes the viscous fluid or gluing secretion which helps to make the bunch of eggs. If you will observe the egg of the sepia, you will find that these eggs, they are attached with each other with a glue-like structure. So together, all these egg form a grab bunch like a mass. A pair of orange-colored small accessory nidamental gland is situated in front of the nidamental gland. They open into the mantle cavity by a number of the minute pores. Now see, this particular gland will be responsible for secretion of egg capsule as well as the cementing agent. Now when we talk about copulation into the see, this is the spermatophore and these are the egg of the sepia. You just look like a bunch of the grapes. This is the spermatophore and this is the spring like aperture which helps when it reaches into the female mantle cavity, it breaks open the spermatophore and all this sperm mass will come out and will start fertilizing the egg. These are the nidamental gland and this is the oviduct here. Now, when we talk about the copulation, so left arm, you can say the fourth posterior pair in the case of the male, it is heterocotyledged arm, and thereafter this particular arm will be inserted first into in its own mantle cavity. Why? To getting the spermatophore. So first of all, animal will rub his hetocotyledged arm on over its penis, and thereafter it is going to take the spermatophore on its fourth pair of the arm, and this spermatophores will be transfer into the bursa capillatrix, a modified part of the female funnel. There it is going means inside the funnel side, it is going to insert the arm, and thereafter this spermatophore will be burst by the spring apparatus. This spring apparatus will be break open, and it is yes, this spring apparatus will immediately burst upon and it will be breaking open all the mass of the sperm. So this sperm will be immediately transfer into the female bursa copilatrix. See, is important to remember. The bursa copilatrix is the main arm or the region where the copulation will be happen. Then what will happen? Whatever ovas are present or which are passing from the funnel, they will be getting fertilized. So the viscous secretion of the nidamental gland uh, will be covering the eggs, and thereafter it is going to cement whatever eggs are fertilized into the mass which are attached to the weed or maybe some other object. So wherever it is attaching, so that particular mass of the sperm will be attaching over that. So this is all about the reproductive system of the sapia. Thereafter we will be discussing about the nervous system, and after the nervous system we will be talking about the sense organ, and sense organ of the sapia will be the last topic of this unit. Is anyone have any doubt can ask me, or we can stop here. Next lecture we will be talking about the nervous system.